What is going on, guys? It's Daniela and welcome back to my channel. I'm gonna show you guys 3 different things that you guys can make for Easter, and I really wanted to make something different than what I did last time for Valentine's Day on a budget. But this time I am gonna make cupcakes because I have 2 different designs that I'm really excited to show you guys. I'm gonna make cake pops, which I always get requested to make, and I'm gonna try something new, which is gonna be a surprise for the end that I've never ever tried before. So we'll end up seeing if that works out or not. So I'm gonna show you guys exactly what I did last night, and I started off with my brownie mix, which is something that will be included in the surprise at the end of this video. And this brownie mix, I really just did it with my own recipe. You could of course get a brownie box at the store that's like $1. There's always some at Dollar Tree or the 99-cent store that I've seen. So this time I just wanted to do my own recipe because I had everything at home and it was just the easiest thing for me. So for the cupcakes and for the cake that I used for the cake pops, I did use a box cake, as you guys can see. And for the frosting that I will be using for the cake pops, I am gonna be using store-bought frosting for that, just because I did not make enough for that portion of the video, but it's totally fine. It just gives you another example on how you guys can use store-bought frosting, and it's gonna work well, I promise. For the first design of these cupcakes, I really wanted to show you guys something that you guys can make that's very simple, and really you guys can get it all from the 99-cent store. So as you guys saw from when I was preparing the cupcakes, I put the mix in 2 different types of cupcake tins. One was in a white and one was in kind of like a bunny. Are they bunnies? Yeah, it's a bunny design cupcake tin. This is the one that I got at the 99-cent store, and with these little cupcake tins, it came with these toppers. I'm gonna show you guys a very simple design with these toppers, and it's gonna be similar to what I made for the Valentine's Day cupcake, and it's gonna be a swirl. And if you guys don't know how to make a swirl, I'm gonna show you guys again how to make it on this video. So the tip that you're gonna be using for a swirl is gonna be a close star tip, which looks like this. And I kind of taught you guys, like I said in my Valentine's Day video, the difference between an open star and a closed star tip. So definitely go check it out if you haven't. And let's just get straight into making this swirl. You're gonna want to start off at the end. If my hand starts shaking, sorry. So you're gonna start off at the end and you're just gonna go around. And once you go around once, you're gonna go again around and just one more time on top of that line, and you close off in the middle. Let's open these toppers, and this is gonna be our first Easter cupcake. So cute, I really love it. It's super duper simple. And if you don't wanna have that much frosting, because I know you don't really wanna give kids a lot of sugar, this is kinda how the rosette looks compared to the swirl. A lot less frosting. I genuinely think the rosette design is a perfect amount of frosting that you could put on any cupcake, but overall, this is always a classic. The design that we're gonna do for this cupcake is gonna be grass with different colored eggs on top. And of course, one thing that you always do during Easter is go egg hunting. If you're a kid, I would still do it if my family let me, but they say I'm too old. I decided, why not transform that little memory into a cupcake? The first thing that you're gonna need that's very important for this cupcake design is gonna be a grass frosting tip. And it looks like this. It has a whole bunch of little holes. It's really small, but honestly, they come in so many shapes and sizes. As long as it has like a whole bunch of tiny holes, that's what a grass tip is. All you gotta do, it's honestly super duper simple. And if you really are kind of hesitating to make the swirl or the rosette, this is definitely a design that honestly, I feel like you cannot mess up no matter what. All you're gonna do is get your cupcake. As you guys can see, I already did one little bush, I guess you can call it. So you're gonna put the tip in the bottom and you're gonna pull up, and that's all you're gonna do for the entire cupcake. All right, so this is what it looks frosted. It looks so cute. Oh my gosh, it's so cute. So these are the completed grass cupcakes. Now we're gonna add the final decorations, which I'm so excited about. I'm gonna open these bubblegum eggs up, and I'm hoping they're gonna be exactly how I imagine them, because I haven't seen them, and it's a carton, so you can't see it at all at the store. All right. Okay, they're not that bad, but they're way bigger than what I expected. So they look like this. Here's the yellow one. Let me get the pink one. They're spotted, and actually they're gonna look super cute now that I see it on there. I'm also gonna open up the golden eggs. I'm gonna apply the golden egg right in the middle. And make sure if you're gonna give this to kids, please be careful because these golden eggs are wrapped with aluminum and you don't want your kids choking, and I don't want to get sued. I'm noticing I kind of need to make a thick layer of grass because the eggs aren't really sticking that well. This is our egg hunting cupcake. Oh my gosh, it is so cute. This is the cutest cupcake in the world. So now that we completed our cupcakes, I'm gonna get started on the cake pops, which is something I always get questions about. And I'm telling you guys, all this stuff is way more simple than you guys think. I don't know how many times I need to say that, but you guys, trust me. For these cake pops, you're gonna need cake, some frosting, whatever design sticks you want. You could get the plain ones. I found these at the 99-cent store, which I thought were super cute. This is how they look close up. For these cake pops, I'm gonna make two designs. I'm gonna make a little bunny design, and then I'm gonna do a very simple, basic cake pop. For the bunny design, you're gonna need shredded coconut. I found this at the 99-cent store, and you're gonna need chocolate little tails and little feet. I pretty much just Googled a template on my phone. I put some plastic wrap over my phone, and I just got melted chocolate and traced it from there. It was definitely a little bit annoying because they're so tiny, but I just had to have some patience, and the result was really, really cute. So I'm gonna grab my cake and just throw it in the mixer. It's gonna get mixed up anyway, so please don't worry about chopping it up all nicely and putting it in there. And this cake is really, really moist, so that's pretty nice because we're not gonna need that much frosting. I'm gonna be using the Pillsbury Funfetti Vanilla Frosting, which you can buy at any store. And since it came with sprinkles, I'm just gonna make it a yellow funfetti cake. I'm gonna throw these sprinkles in there. And from here, I'm just gonna add like a scoop of frosting for right now, and we'll see how the consistency is once it's mixed. All right, let me try this frosting. It doesn't beat mine, I'm sorry, no. We're just gonna mix this up real quick. As you guys can see, it's really starting to come together, and I really don't think I'm gonna need more frosting. I think I might actually need some more cake. The consistency that you would like your dough to be at is kind of like Play-Doh. You want it, of course, to be malleable and very easily to be moved around, but at the same time, you don't want it to be extremely, how do I say it? Like super duper moist, because then it's just gonna be really hard to dip in the chocolate and it's just gonna fall apart. You guys can see the sprinkles through the dough. Let me take a bite. So when it comes to the size of the cake pop, that's honestly on you and how big you wanna do it. I'm gonna roll them up as much as I could as a ball shape and just set them down. And also, since my sticks are really, really long because they are straws, I'm gonna make them a little bit bigger. I just melted my chocolate. I stopped at 12 cake balls, I guess you can call them that right now. The first thing that's super important when making cake pops is you have to put a little bit of chocolate on the stick, or else there's just more of a chance that your cake pop is gonna fall into the chocolate when you dip it in. The kind of chocolate that you use is honestly super important. You really wanna get chocolate that's used for making like little candies or chocolate pops, just so you know that it's gonna dry hard and it's not gonna stay wet. Do not add water, do not add milk, don't add any liquids because it's just gonna ruin the entire consistency and just how the chocolate is supposed to be. If it is getting a little bit too hard or you did overcook it a little bit too much, you can add a little bit of vegetable, how do you call it? Vegetable shortening, and it will definitely kind of smooth it out a bit. I would say this is just enough and it's about to start dripping. And when you insert it, make sure you don't touch the bottom of your plate or wherever you're putting them, just because it is gonna create a hole and you don't want that. I'm gonna put them in the fridge for about 20 minutes and see how they are in texture, because they are really, really soft right now and I do not wanna dip them like this. So I put them in the freezer instead of the fridge because obviously the freezer is way more cold. So we're gonna dip it inside, get it completely covered up. From here, you're just gonna go to a clean edge and tap as much as you can off and make sure your cake pop does not fall in there. And you're just gonna completely coat this in chocolate.
In coconut.
Before the chocolate dries. coconut in my hair. Now I'm gonna get started on making the super simple design. These are some sprinkles that I have that kind of look like spring, summer-ish kind of colors. I'm gonna kind of dump out the sprinkles and just kind of sprinkle them around the chocolate. All right, cool. So I just finished the green cake pops, which are right here. To complete the bunny design, you're gonna wanna put some of that melted chocolate in a piping bag. Make sure it's not extremely hot because you are gonna have to pipe it and your hand is gonna be touching it. I think the little feet that I made were a little bit too small, but we'll work with it. I'm gonna add 2 little dots on whatever side I want of the cake pop. And that's where I'm gonna be applying the little feet. This is how the 2 little feet look like, and I'm gonna apply the little tail right now. So I piped a little bunny tail on there. All right, guys, we have made it to our final dessert of the video. I've always wanted to do that marble glaze that I've seen on YouTube, and I thought, okay, I want to do something like that, but maybe not on a cake, so I decided to do it on a brownie. They are shaped in an egg. It kind of reminded me of, I don't know if you guys used to do this when you were kids, but I remember as a memory of mine in Easter, I would always have like boiled eggs around in the table and then have like the colored water. And that's kind of what I want to do with these. I'm gonna use pink, yellow, and this kind of aqua blue. This recipe right here, I'm gonna link it in my bio below if it ends up working. If it doesn't, I'll still link it just in case you guys want to try it out. Let's do a little prayer because this is my first time doing it. This is why I said it's a surprise, because I don't know if this is gonna work. So please let this work. Let's see, I'm just gonna, this honestly looks super dope. I'm not even gonna lie, it's turning out pretty cool. And then our final color, which is yellow. Honestly, you guys, these look like the multicolored eggs I usually do for Easter. So I'm actually pretty happy with how this turned out. Completes the video. I hope you guys enjoyed everything and I gave you guys some great ideas for Easter. If you guys end up recreating this, definitely tag me on Instagram or any social media that you have. I love you guys all so much. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe if you're new. Turn on your post notifications, and I'll see you next time.